I've always considered myself internet savvy. I've grown up with social media. I know how to spot catfish accounts, and I've seen all the scam awareness posts, but somehow I still fell for it. Not because I didn't know better, but because they didn't just trick my brain, they tricked my heart. It all started on a quiet Sunday afternoon, scrolling Instagram while half watching Netflix. I left a comment under a reel from one of my favorite celebrities, someone I've followed for years. My comment wasn't anything deep, just something like, "This made my day. Thank you for being such a light." A few hours later, I got the notification. They had liked my comment. I was stunned. I screenshotted it immediately, heart racing, and sent it to my best friend. She joked, "Watch them slide into your DMs next," and we laughed about it. Except ... that's exactly what happened. About an hour after that, I got a DM. The name looked identical to the real account, the same profile photo, same follow count. At least at a quick glance, and even a little blue check emoji in the bio. The message said, "Hey, I really appreciated your comment. It's always amazing to hear from genuine supporters. Mind if we chat?" I stared at it for a solid minute. I knew that celebrities didn't normally do this. But what if they had a side account? A fan engagement account? They're human too, right? I replied something polite like, "Of course." I'm honored, and the conversation began. It wasn't robotic. They used emojis, asked me about my day, what I did for a living, what drew me to their content. It honestly felt real, not just a copy-paste bot, but a person who actually cared. For the next few days, we talked back and forth. They'd send morning greetings, heart emojis, even talked about their upcoming project. That's when things shifted. They said they were working on a secret charity initiative for children in war zones. They said they were funding it out of pocket because big NGOs were corrupt. They mentioned wanting a few loyal fans to help support it privately before launching it publicly. And they said they saw something genuine in me. I felt flattered, special. I didn't want to question it too much because it felt so sincere. When they asked if I'd be willing to donate, even something small like $25, I said yes without hesitation. They sent me a PayPal link. The name was generic, like Human Relief International. And they told me to use friends and family, so there'd be no fees. That should have been my first real red flag. But I did it, and when I told them it was sent, they were so grateful. They said they'd remember my name forever, that I was part of something important. The next day, they sent me a digital thank you certificate. It looked official. It had a logo, a watermark, and even my name on it. I felt like I'd done something meaningful. 2 days later, they messaged again. The charity was struggling to meet its weekly target, they said. Could I maybe do $100 this time? I hesitated. That wasn't pocket change for me. But they reassured me, no pressure at all, they said. Only if you feel called to. I asked a few more questions this time. They had answers for everything. They even sent a voice message. Just a deep male voice with a slight accent, thanking me for my courage. It added another layer of realism. I sent the $100, again, friends and family. Again, no protection. This time, something felt off. I told my friend, and she immediately said, "Are you sure this is the real person?" That's when I went back and actually compared the profile to the verified one. My stomach dropped. The real account had 2 M's in their handle. This one had 3. I had missed it completely. It was a lookalike account, and I had fallen for it. I tried clicking on the profile. It was gone. Either deleted or I had been blocked. My heart pounded. I scrambled to check PayPal, hoping I could reverse the transaction, but no. Friends and family meant it was gone for good. I filed a complaint anyway, but I wasn't hopeful. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept replaying every message, every compliment, every thank you in my mind. I felt disgusting, used, violated. The next day, I checked Instagram again, and saw a new story posted by the actual celebrity. It was a PSA: beware of impersonators messaging fans for money. I will never ask for donations via DM. That felt like a knife in the chest. I had been targeted, manipulated, and discarded, and I had proof that others were, too. I looked at the comments and saw dozens of other people saying the same thing had happened to them. Some lost hundreds, others lost thousands. What hurt more than the money was the betrayal. I had felt seen, appreciated, like I had a connection. And they used that connection to rob me. They studied the celebrity's language. They mimicked the tone. They mirrored the posts. I now believe they did this to hundreds of people, if not more. And they were good at it. That's the scary part. How believable it all was. I ended up changing all my passwords and tightening my privacy settings. I reported everything I could. Instagram eventually removed the fake account, but I'm sure another popped up in its place. These people are like digital parasites, feeding off hope, trust, and admiration. I debated for weeks whether to share this publicly. I was afraid people would say I was stupid, that I deserved it. But the more I read online, the more I realize this scam was designed to fool people just like me. People who admire, who believe, who hope. And I knew I had to speak out. So here it is, my story. If even one person watches this and decides not to reply to that fake DM, or refuses to send that donation, then maybe some of that money wasn't entirely wasted. Maybe I lost a few $100s, but saved someone else thousands. Scammers thrive in silence. I refuse to stay silent anymore. If you found this story helpful or eye-opening, please consider sharing it with someone who might be at risk. The more people know about these scams, the harder it becomes for scammers to succeed. And if you've experienced something similar or want to share your story to help others, send it to us at the email in the description below. You might save someone from falling into the same trap. This is Scam Alert, where we expose scammers and their tricks so you can stay safe. Like, share, and subscribe.